Welcome to our deep dive into Palantir technologies. We've got your research and articles right here, and we're ready to unpack whether their stock ticker symbol, PLTR, belongs in your portfolio. This company is intriguing. They operate at the crossroads of big data, artificial intelligence, and government contracts, making them both fascinating and a little bit controversial.
Yeah, to truly understand Palantir, we need to start with their origins. Founded in 2003, Palantir's early work was very secretive. Imagine a company funded by Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, and In-Q-Tel, the CIA's venture capital arm. That gives you an idea of the world they operate in.
Right. From what we've gathered, their software reportedly played a role in dismantling some major cyber espionage networks, like GhostNet and Shadow Network, both of which targeted governments and institutions globally. Pretty intense stuff. Their technology seems straight out of a spy thriller, but has also been used in more familiar settings like fighting fraud in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis.
Palantir didn't rush into the public market. They honed their technology and reputation for years before finally going public in 2020. They recently joined the S&P 500 and just transferred their listing to the Nasdaq, signaling their intent to become a major force in the market.
So what does Palantir actually do? From what you've provided, they're not your typical software company.
You're right. Palantir specializes in software platforms for big data analytics, but it's more than just crunching numbers. They help organizations extract actionable insights from massive, complex data sets. This is where their two main platforms come in Gotham and Foundry.
Gotham is primarily used by governments and defense agencies. It's reportedly been used in some really high-stakes situations, like tracking troop movements and identifying potential terrorist threats. One source even credits Gotham with playing a key role in tracking down Osama bin Laden, showcasing its power and sophistication.
Foundry, on the other hand, targets the commercial sector. It helps businesses analyze data for better decision-making in a variety of areas. We're talking about optimizing supply chains, improving healthcare outcomes, and even assisting companies like Ferrari in designing better cars.
Wow. So their work extends beyond those platforms too, right? They have Apollo, which powers continuous software deployment, ensuring their clients always have the latest software versions. And then there's Titan, a mobile AI ground station that sounds incredibly futuristic.
Titan is very real, and it really embodies Palantir's push into cutting-edge AI. Think of it as a truck equipped with advanced artificial intelligence capabilities developed in collaboration with companies like Anduril Industries and Northrop Grumman. This mobile ground station is designed to support long-range precision strikes, and the U.S. Army has already placed orders for 10 units.
That certainly highlights the dual nature of Palantir's work. Powerful technology with potentially significant implications. But we're here to determine if Palantir stock is a good fit for an investor's portfolio. To figure that out, we need to look at their financial performance.
Based on the research you've provided, Palantir has seen significant revenue growth, hitting $2.2 billion in 2023, with a 16.8% increase year over year. Notably, they're already profitable on a GAAP basis, which is generally accepted accounting principles and quite an achievement for a fast-growing tech company. However, the stock is currently trading at a high price-to-sales ratio, a key metric that compares the company's stock price to its revenue. This means investors are paying a premium for Palantir's future growth potential, and that's a factor to consider carefully.
Their growth is certainly impressive, but to understand their position in the market, we need to look at their market share and who they're competing with. Are they dominating their space, or are there strong rivals we need to be aware of?
Palantir's government business remains their stronghold, but their commercial business is expanding rapidly. Just in the second quarter of 2024, they've seen 55% year-over-year growth in the U.S. commercial market. They're not simply going it alone. Palantir strategically partners with industry giants like IBM Amazon Web Services or AWS and, more recently, Microsoft. These collaborations allow them to tap into larger customer bases and leverage existing networks.
We also came across some information about their investments in other companies. Could you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Palantir has invested in over 24 companies, often through SPACs, which stands for Special Purpose Acquisition Companies. SPACs are essentially shell companies that raise capital through an IPO for the purpose of acquiring a private company and taking it public. Palantir often brings these newly acquired companies on board as customers, creating a built-in market for their platforms.
That's a clever way to expand their reach. So they're growing their customer base. They're profitable, but they're trading at a high valuation. Let's explore the advantages and disadvantages of owning Palantir stock a bit further. What makes this company attractive to investors, and what are the potential downsides they should be aware of?
On the positive side, Palantir has several factors working in its favor. High growth potential, especially in the commercial sector. Strong relationships with governments that provide a reliable revenue stream, and a unique position in the AI landscape.
Yeah.
They are at the forefront of applying AI to complex challenges, which is a very attractive space for investors right now.
But investors also need to be aware of the potential risks, such as the company's reliance on government contracts, which makes them vulnerable to changes in government policy or spending priorities.
Exactly. And there's always a potential for increased regulatory scrutiny, especially given the nature of their work. Investors need to consider these factors carefully when evaluating Palantir.
So we've covered a lot of ground, from Palantir's origins to their financial performance and their strategic approach to market growth.
Yeah.
What other key aspects should we explore to help our listeners decide if this stock is right for them?
To make a well-informed decision, we should also delve into Palantir's innovation pipeline, their services business, and their overall economic impact. These areas will shed more light on their potential for future growth and their role in shaping the world around us.
That sounds like a great plan. Let's take a deeper dive into those areas in the next part of our discussion.
Let's delve into Palantir's innovation pipeline, where they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. Their artificial intelligence platform, or AIP, stands out as a key development. It's not just about building software, it's about empowering other organizations to build and deploy their own AI models for a wide range of tasks.
The sources you provided highlighted AIP's versatility, allowing organizations to leverage AI for everything from predicting equipment failures to identifying potential fraud. It's like giving them a set of AI building blocks to tailor solutions to their specific needs.
That's a great way to put it. Palantir is positioning themselves as an AI powerhouse, enabling others to harness the power of this technology. Another innovation worth highlighting is Warp Speed, designed to streamline and automate complex business processes. Think of areas like supply chain management, financial reporting, or even human resources. Warp Speed aims to optimize these processes, with AI potentially saving companies significant time and money.
One source even suggested that Warp Speed could put Palantir in direct competition with companies in the ERP or enterprise resource planning software space. That's a massive market with significant growth potential.
It is. The ERP software market is projected to reach nearly $250 billion by 2032. If Palantir successfully integrates Warp Speed into their offerings, they could tap into a huge new revenue stream. However, they will face stiff competition from established players in the ERP market. Palantir needs to demonstrate that their AI-powered approach offers a tangible advantage over traditional solutions.
All of this sounds impressive, but it's crucial to understand how Palantir's work translates into real-world impact. Their software and services touch on various sectors, from national security to healthcare and even humanitarian efforts. Can you paint a picture of their overall impact?
Palantir's impact is multifaceted. In national security, as we've discussed, their platforms are used for intelligence gathering, threat detection, and even shaping battlefield strategies. In the commercial world, they help companies make data-driven decisions, optimize operations, and potentially even design better products.
The sources highlighted examples like Foundry's role in helping Ferrari optimize car designs.
Exactly. But their reach goes beyond those high-profile examples. Palantir has worked with organizations like the Polaris Project, which combats human trafficking, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They're also involved in healthcare, partnering with the National Institutes of Health to streamline health research.
Now let's address the elephant in the room, Palantir's services business. Many people focus solely on their software platforms, but their services are a crucial part of their operation.
You're right. Palantir's services business is a key differentiator. They have a team of forward-deployed engineers who work closely with clients. These engineers are essentially embedded consultants who help clients understand their needs, customize the software, and ensure they're getting the most out of their investment. This hands-on approach sets Palantir apart from many software companies that simply sell a product and leave the implementation to the client.
So it's like having a dedicated team of data analytics experts on call, guiding you through the process and helping you achieve your goals, whether those goals are related to national security, business efficiency, or even tackling social problems.
Precisely. This approach allows Palantir to build strong relationships with clients and tailor their services to specific needs. It also creates a recurring revenue stream, as clients often rely on these services for ongoing support and optimization.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, zooming out a bit, let's talk about Palantir's overall economic impact. We've seen how their work affects various sectors, but what's the bigger picture?
Palantir's economic impact is significant and multifaceted. They're creating jobs and driving innovation in the tech sector. Their work pushes the boundaries of artificial intelligence and big data analytics, leading to advancements with the potential to transform industries. Their partnerships with major companies like IBM and Microsoft further stimulate growth and collaboration within the technology ecosystem.
It seems their influence extends beyond the tech industry as well.
Yes, their platforms are being used to optimize supply chains, improve manufacturing processes, and even accelerate drug discovery, ultimately leading to greater efficiency and productivity in the broader economy.
Before we move on, we need to address a crucial aspect for any potential investor: Palantir's dividend policy and any share buyback programs. Are they returning value to shareholders in these ways?
Currently, Palantir does not offer dividends or engage in share buyback programs. This means returns for investors rely solely on stock price appreciation. Those seeking immediate cash flow from their investments might find this lack of dividends or buybacks a drawback.
This brings us to a critical point for our listeners, weighing the pros and cons of owning Palantir stock. We've already touched on some of the pros, like their high growth, potential strong government relationships, and unique position in the AI landscape. What are some of the cons investors need to be aware of?
Besides the lack of dividends and buybacks, investors should consider the high valuation potential for regulatory scrutiny and reliance on government contracts. Palantir's work has drawn criticism over the years, particularly their involvement with ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Their role in immigration enforcement has raised ethical concerns for some investors.
It seems investors need to carefully weigh these factors against the potential rewards before deciding if Palantir is a good fit for their portfolio. Now let's shift gears and explore an aspect of Palantir that often sparks debate: ESG factors. ESG factors, which stand for environmental, social, and governance, are increasingly important for investors who want to align their portfolios with their values. How does Palantir measure up in these areas?
Palantir's ESG profile is complex and has generated considerable debate. Their work in sensitive areas like defense and intelligence raises concerns for some investors. Their involvement with projects like HHS Protect Now, a program to track the spread of COVID-19, has sparked debate about data privacy and potential misuse.
We've also discussed their work with ICE, which has drawn criticism from human rights groups. These are certainly factors that ethically conscious investors will want to consider carefully.
Absolutely. Transparency and responsible data use will be crucial for Palantir to address these concerns and improve its ESG standing.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Palantir, we've explored their financial performance, their innovative technologies, their services business, their economic impact, and their ESG profile. What stands out to you as the most important takeaway for investors?
I think Palantir is a company with immense potential, but also one that operates in a morally complex space. Investors need to look beyond the impressive growth and technological advancements and carefully consider the ethical implications of their work. Do their values align with yours? That's a question each investor needs to answer for themselves.
It's been a fascinating journey delving into the world of Palantir. We hope you found this deep dive informative and helpful in understanding this complex company.
We encourage you to continue exploring and share your thoughts.
Absolutely. Head over to our YouTube channel and let us know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from this deep dive. While you're there, hit that subscribe button and tell us which stocks you'd like us to explore next. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.